Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited. Today we're gonna do assumptions about me as well as a get unready. So I'm very excited for today's video, but before we get into the bathroom and get this party started, I did just want to thank OZNaturals for being the sponsor in today's video. I've been incorporating their products into my skincare routine for months now and I absolutely love them. I will talk more about that. But before we go into that, I did want to show you a before and after picture of my skin because honestly, the transformation has me a bit shocked. So I need to show you. All right, now that we've done that, let's get into the bathroom. We are going to be doing a get unready with me, and we're also going to be doing assumptions, which I have wanted to do an assumptions video forever. So you guys sent in on Instagram some of your assumptions about me, and we're gonna dive into that in just 1 second. But first things first, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video. OZNaturals is one of my all-time favorite skincare brands. I have talked about them before. You've probably heard me talk about them. I love this brand. It was founded by Angela Irish, who is a certified esthetician, and she saw a gap in the marketplace that was honestly very, very, very needed to be filled to provide skincare products that had potent active ingredients, were super effective, and we're actually affordable, because I feel like skincare products, they get so expensive so fast, and we really need options that are available to everyone and super accessible. So I'm so lucky to be able to work with this brand, and you guys, if you haven't tried them already, they've got a huge array of products, so definitely go onto their website, have a look and see what products could work well for you. And I will tell you about some of my personal favorites that I'm going to be using today. This here is their Vitamin C Facial Cleanser. It's got vitamin C, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, and rose hips extract, which are some of my favorite ingredients in skincare products. So I was really excited to find that because it just had so many in one. Then, if you guys have seen my other video, you know how I feel about this product. This is their Dragon's Blood Serum, and don't let the name scare you off. I swear, this is one of the most gentle serums I've ever used on my face. It is so beautiful, and it helps with acne for me. It helps with eczema. I was actually just thinking, if you see this is a patch of eczema that I've had on my wrist for quite some time, and it was really bothering me, so I covered it up with a band-aid. I should actually use this on my wrist, so maybe I'll do that at the end today, just because I know that this has really helped the eczema on my face. I have no flare-ups right now, but I haven't tried it on my wrist, so I might give that a shot. And I actually figured while I am here having a complete like get unready wind down for the day, I would actually do a mask. So this is the one I'm going to use today. This is their Vitamin C plus C, like vitamin C plus SEA. See what they did there? This guy has a vitamin C, vitamin B5, hyaluronic acid, spirulina extract, and giant sea kelp extract. So I'm really excited to use that one today. And then I'm going to finish it off with one of my very favorites. This is their Super Youth Retinol Moisturizer. This has vitamin C, vitamin B5, shea butter, and hyaluronic acid as well. So we're gonna use that afterwards. But first things first, we're gonna wash our face. I'm gonna take the vitamin C cleanser, and just taking a little bit in my hands, I am going to put it on my face. I love gentle cleansers so much. This one is such a good one. It definitely lathers up, but it's not like a foaming cleanser, which definitely are typically too harsh on my skin. So I like this one a lot. It also honestly smells so divine. It's got this super subtle kind of orange scent to it, very vitamin C-ish. I feel like a lot of vitamin C products tend to have a bit of an orange scent, and I absolutely love it. I find it so refreshing. So as I put this into my face, let me pause for a second and get our first assumption. You don't have a real job, hashtag blogger life. I actually wish this was true. I do. I wish this was true, but it's not. I actually have a very real job. Believe it or not, I work in advertising. I am a project manager or producer. I've had both titles at different agencies. So typically I work with brands and I bring their ad campaigns to life. So I do everything from huge new campaigns with like new TV spots to websites to banner ads to print pieces, so kind of the whole shebang. And yeah, I've been working in advertising for quite a few years now, and that is what I do Monday to Friday. Okay, the next one is you don't like it when people call you Stevie. And if anybody doesn't know, I was on a kids TV show growing up about girls and horses and friendship, and my character on the show was named Stevie. So I do fairly often get referred to as Stevie because people remember me as my character on the show. And honestly, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't bother me when people refer to the show or ask me about it. I guess it does bother me a little bit when people actually call me Stevie, because that's not my name. I really much prefer when people refer to me as Sophie, but I try not to mind too much because I know that people really love the show and they watched it really closely, and I know how I feel about shows that I really loved growing up. So I totally get that people may want to kind of hold on to that and refer to me as Stevie. And I know also there are a fair few like much younger viewers of the show, so I know that maybe they're confused that Sophie and Stevie are two different people. So I try and have patience with that. But if you do see this, I do love being called Sophie. Okay, so now I am going to use the mask. I'm gonna put a thin layer all over my face, and then I'm going to let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes before washing it off, which is what they recommend that you do. So it's got like a very gel-like consistency, which is definitely a bit different than other masks that you probably have used, but it's not like a clay mask or anything like that. So I'm putting a super generous amount on my face per the instructions. Okay, we'll let that sit. Okay, let's get to more of these. You constantly struggle with self-love, as do I. I do and I don't. I definitely have areas of self-love that I'm constantly working on and are definitely more of a challenge for me. But then there's definitely other parts of myself and my life that I really, really love and I constantly kind of remind myself of. So that's something I try and do, is like reiterate to myself the things that I love as much as I can, because I think we naturally go to the negative all the time with everything in our lives, and it can definitely shape the way that you think and kind of create patterns in your thinking that can be really hard to overcome. So I would recommend you guys try to do the same and just remind yourself of all the things you love, both with your personality and physically, like anything you can think of. Remind yourself how lucky you are, how grateful you are, and how much you love those parts of yourself, because that will help you to continuously practice looking for the good. You constantly overthink things and get stressed easily. Yes, I overthink things like it's my job. I definitely struggle with anxiety, and again, kind of similar to the last thing, I try and really focus on the present, really focus on the positive as much as I can, because I know I am prone to overthinking and getting stressed about things. So that's something I have to work on a lot. I would assume that you would pull someone's hair out in a fight. I mean, I've never been in a physical fight, but I'd like to think I would not pull their hair out. And I'd like to think that I just will continue like this and never get in a physical fight in my life, but that is kind of a hilarious assumption. You prefer beauty, makeup, skincare, etc. over fashion. No, actually, I think I love it all equally. I feel like fashion was like my first love, and then I started getting really into beauty and makeup, and then kind of into my 20s I got really into skincare as well, and just started loving playing around and learning about different products and different brands. So I would say that I love it all equally. You love Bing more than me. This is from my boyfriend, and Bing is our cat, and I cannot confirm nor deny that statement. You wish you had continued being an actor and moved back to Australia. You know what? In some ways, this is very true of an assumption. I do sometimes wish that I'd continued acting, because I knew if I went out of it, I probably wouldn't go back. That said, acting is a really tough industry and it can be really, really harsh, and I'm kind of glad I didn't stay in it for too long, and I feel like now that I'm doing content, I can kind of do it at my own accord. It's not really acting, but I definitely get to be in front of the camera, and I get to like create things from the beginning to the like fully to the end, which I find really exciting. So I guess in some ways I wish I kept acting, and in some ways I'm super happy with how my life's gone. Like I definitely wouldn't change it for anything. And in terms of moving, I wish that I'd moved back to Australia. Yeah, I do. I really miss Australia. I wish at least that I'd visited more, and that I will continue to once I'm able to again. You don't like riding horses anymore. This is definitely a false assumption. I just don't do it that often. I live in the city. I'm super busy with my life and my work. I'm far away from anywhere that I could ride. You're super ticklish and you hate it. This is completely correct. I'm so ticklish and I hate when people tickle me. You love to socialize, but you love alone time more. I do love to socialize and I love to be alone, and I definitely need both to be like a full complete human for me, like a happy Sophie. But I don't think I love alone time more than socializing. I think I love them both kind of equally. You are a Monica at heart with Rachel hair, and Ross makes you laugh the most. Okay. The Rachel hair part, firstly, thank you so much, I wish. Monica at heart, I think at heart, I'm like a mixture of all of them minus Ross. Ross also doesn't make me laugh the most. He's probably my least favorite character of the entire show. Aside from the episode where he's making his music, that one gets me every time. I think it's so funny. But I believe that I'm just a mixture of all the rest of them. You seem like a driven and down-to-earth person. I mean, thank you. I feel like a driven and down-to-earth person, so yes, I will hopefully say this is correct. You are a very friendly person who never bullied anyone. So thank you. I like to think I'm a very friendly person. In terms of the who never bullied anyone part, I think, unfortunately, I don't think many of us can say that we could go back and look at every relationship with friends we've ever had and we never like treated someone in a way we wish we could change. I've definitely learned over the years how I want to be treated and how in turn I want to treat others. So I've definitely had some experiences where I don't think I was the nicest person, and I wish that I could go back and change that. I definitely learned a lot from those experiences, and I think it's important to own up to the ways that you treat others. And if you think that it maybe could have been handled a different way, or you regret your actions, I think it's really important to own up to them and apologize to people, and try and like clear the air a little bit. But I can't say I've always been perfect, so that's my answer for that one. You're getting sick getting asked things about Saddle Club. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I try and be super receptive. I know that a lot of people have followed me because they were huge fans of the show, and I'm so forever grateful for the show. I had an incredible time. I learned so much. I had so many experiences. Like, it served me in so many ways. It was such a wonderful time. But I think as I've tried to branch out into new things and explore new things, it's kind of been something that's forever there and people always ask me about. And sometimes people ask me like really specific questions, not realizing how long ago it actually was. And sometimes that can get frustrating because I just don't always have the answers for them. But I am super grateful for the show and for all of you who have continued to support me, so thank you so much. And please know you can definitely keep asking me about the show. I'm gonna try and bring like elements into my YouTube videos and stuff like that where I can like answer more about it, because I feel like people are definitely still curious, but I do want to continue making the content that I really love that isn't really related to the show anymore, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. You love being the first to try a new product. Yes. I love that. I am always like the guinea pig with my friends. I will always try things because I find it entertaining. You miss acting. I do. I know I kind of answered that already, but I really do. When you go out, you drink red wine only. Okay, here's what I have to say about that. That is not true, and the reason being, I quite like a lot of red wine. I prefer it over white. I also like some rosés, but I have acid reflux like an old person, and I find that wine can be super acidic and it really aggravates me. So I actually tend to go for cocktails and lighter beers more because they don't aggravate it as much, weirdly. You're not maternal. You'd rather poo in your hands and clap than hold someone else's baby. Actually, this is really not accurate. I think I'm actually way more maternal than I think. I'm very comfortable holding babies. It always surprises people. I love children. I love babies. I love holding them. They're so sweet. So this is funny, but no. You're a folder, not a scruncher. I don't know what this refers to. I guess clothes. And in that case, yes, I am a folder. But if it means packing, I'm a roller. I roll. You're always the person at an airport that has to unpack their bag because there's too much. I've definitely been that person at times, but on average, I feel like it's rare. You're obsessed with Harry Potter. I'm not. I like Harry Potter, but I'm not actually obsessed. I only read a few of the books and I didn't keep reading, and I actually don't think I've even seen all the movies. You worry too much about the calories in the food you eat. This needs to be more true. This is unfortunately not true at all. You want to have 2 kids. This is eerily true. 1 to 2. You're shy, but when you open up, you can't stop talking. I would say this is true. I can be very shy and I can be very outgoing. And when I open up, I won't stop talking. I have now done this mask and my skin is feeling so clean. I am going to put on my serum. I'm just gonna finish getting all of it off, super gently wiping it away. And I'm only doing this because I've kind of covered up my sink right now filming this. Typically, I would be splashing kind of warm water on my face to get rid of the product. That's how I like to do it. So next up is the Dragon's Blood serum. I actually did a whole video on this serum and how much I love it. I talked about what this serum is, what it does, all the information that I had on it. So I will link it up above if you guys are interested to check out that video. But essentially what I like to do is put 2 pumps into my hand. I rub my hands together and then I pat it into my skin, taking excess down onto my neck as well. To finish it off, where is it? I'm going to use the Super Youth moisturizer. So this is a retinol moisturizer, like I mentioned. So if you guys do use this, the amount of retinol is pretty low, but whenever you use a product that has retinol in it, remember that it does make your skin sensitive to the sun. So you definitely want to ensure that you are putting sunscreen on every single day. OZNaturals has a really unique sunscreen product. It is a powder and it does have a really, really beautiful radiance to it. So if you use that sunscreen, it's kind of like a highlight and a powdered sunscreen in one. So you definitely don't need to use a regular highlighter with your makeup routine if you're topping it off with that guy. So I'm just rubbing that all the way in. Okay, so my Get Unready skincare routine is done. We have gone through the assumptions. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for coming with me into my bathroom and getting unready. And thank you so much to OZNaturals for partnering with me for this video. I will of course link everything down below, so definitely check it out if you guys haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.